Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office confirms that 61-year-old Michael McCulloch of Cottage died in yesterday's half Ironman competition.
Another man who also needed medical help is still in critical condition in the hospital. Jamie Perez joins us now with what we know about the man who died, plus an exclusive interview with the woman who performed CPR on him.
So the preliminary autopsy results actually show that McCulloch died of an accidental drowning while experiencing a medical emergency. Now, people across the board agree that the swimming portion of these competitions are the most difficult part. There are several takeaways from the tragedy that happened this weekend. One coming from what doctors say you should know before competing in a triathlon. The other coming from the woman who performed CPR on him but ultimately could not save his life. Just a little more than 24 hours ago, our community heard about the tragic death of a Cottage Grove man in the Ironman competition. Doctors say they see too many of these cases with every major athletic competition.
I think if people want to do these events and are, either a marathon runner or a triathlete, and that gives them enjoyment in their life, I don't want to scare people out of doing those things, but just make sure you're doing it safely. For other athletes and members of the community, hearing this news prompted a lot of condolences online. One athlete who commented was there when McCulloch died.
It's a day I'm always going to remember.
Sandy Brown was just several strokes ahead in the water when she heard the splashes and cries for help.
I knew exactly what I had to do.
Brown performed CPR, but said being in the water made it tough.
It was too rocky to take any pulse. I knew that it was not going to be effective for this man and that it was going to be a sad ending for his family.
Brown left him in the hands of medical staff. She went on to finish the competition, carrying her heavy heart the rest of the way.
On one hand, I was just so despondent about this gentleman who had passed away, and that I was unable to make it happen for him. And on the other hand, I achieved this goal that I had wanted so much. It was a very bittersweet day.
Brown says checking with your doctor and making sure you're in the best physical shape possible are the best ways to ensure you're okay to do this.
You need to always make sure you swim prior to that in your wetsuit. Many people get constricted and go into, I almost went into a respiratory distress once because I was hyperventilating in the water in a tight wetsuit. It can make you panic.
Brown says it's tough for her to go home from this competition knowing what happened, but hopes that this teaches others the value of life and the importance of making sure you never push yourself beyond your own limits.
Brave guy to do what he was doing. There aren't many of us who get out there and do a half Ironman, and I'm just so sorry that this happened to this family.
Dr. Foster, who you heard from in that story, says even the youngest and most athletic people can experience a medical emergency during a competition this rigorous. He emphasized how important it is to check with your doctor to make sure that you do not have an underlying medical condition that you are unaware of. He says that's the best way to prevent things like this from happening in the future.
All right, Jamie, thank you.
Sure.